Hello students, welcome back to my channel. So here I am again with another video of income and expenditure account. Okay, so this will be my second sum where I'll be solving income and expenditure account. Now before I start, I want to ask you something. If you are new to my channel, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so that you get update of the videos whenever I upload them in my channel. So let's start the explanation. First of all, I would like to explain the entire question. See, the question is given in the form of receipt and payment. Now, when you will be preparing the income and expenditure account, that time remember that in income side you will be recording entries from here, receipt. Okay, and in the expenditure side you will be recording the entries from the payment. But you have to be careful because all these entries will not be recorded in the income and expenditure account, because I told you earlier, if you have not seen my first video, please check out the description box. I have given the video link there. You can see the first video and understand why I'm saying that, because only revenue items will be included in the income and expenditure account. Capital expenditure and capital income will not be included. Okay, so now let us understand the items first before we start the practical solution. First of all, you see two balance brought forward, cash and bank. Cash and bank is an asset. It will not be recorded in the income and expenditure account. Next, what you have, subscription. Yes, subscription will be recorded in the income and expenditure account. Life membership fee, it is a capital receipt. Okay, it will never be recorded in the income and expenditure account. Okay, don't forget this. You can write and keep it in your copy, that life membership fee will not be recorded in the income and expenditure account. Next, what you have, to tournament fund. Yes, it will be recorded. Then to donation for building. Now if it was simply to donation, then yes, it would have been recorded. But here what they have mentioned, they have mentioned for particular asset, building, so it will not be recorded. But there is a small adjustment regarding this. I will talk about that later. But basically donation for building will not be recorded. Okay, if it was simple general donation, then only it will be recorded in the income and expenditure account. Then locker rent, yes, it will be recorded. Sale of all sports material. Now when you have such kind of item, such kind of entries, be careful. Okay, you have sold the goods, no doubt, but check out what happened here. Costing was 5,000, means whatever item you have sold, its value was 5,000. The value of that particular item was 5,000, but you have sold that item for how much? 3,000. So thereby you might have suffered a loss, right? You didn't earn profit, there is a loss. If it was a profit, it would have been recorded in the income side, but unfortunately there is a loss of how much? 2,000. So even though this entry is in the receipt side, but the effect of this entry will come in the expenditure side of the solution. The reason is very simple. The value of the item that you have sold was 5,000, but you have sold for how much? 3,000. So that there is a loss of 2,000 rupees. Next, sale of old newspaper. Yes, it will come. To legacy, that also will never find a place in the income and expenditure account. You can write a note and keep it. To entrance fee, yes, it will come. To interest on it, it is short form of interest. Okay, there is a lack of space, so I wrote here INT. To interest on fixed deposit, yes, it will come. To interest on building fund, no, it won't be recorded in the income and expenditure account. So I hope you are clear with it. What are the entries which will be recorded from here? Now let us come to this side. First of all, by salary, yes, it will be recorded. By billiard table, it won't be recorded, because billiard table is a sports equipment. We can say it is an asset, so it won't find a place in the income and expenditure account. Next, what you have, by office expenses, yes, it will be recorded. Then what you have, by stationery, yes, it will come. Tournament expenses, yes, it will be recorded. By furniture purchased and by sports equipment purchased, these two entry will not be recorded in the income and expenditure account because they are assets. Then next, what you have, fixed deposit. Yeah, fixed deposit will also not be recorded in the income and expenditure account. Okay, then what you have here, closing balance, balance credit forward, cash and bank, these two are assets, it won't be recorded. So I hope you have understood from here. Also only this salary, office expenses, stationery, tournament expenses will be recorded in the income and expenditure account. Now let us check out the adjustment, which is very important. First adjustment, you see, On 1/1/2012 subscription outstanding were 800, and on 31st/12/2012 how much? 900. Now here you have to understand one rule. Subscription outstanding is given, one is for the opening date, one is for the closing date. Always remember, opening outstanding will be minus and closing outstanding will be plus. Okay, opening will be minus and the closing will be plus. Don't forget that, write and keep it. Opening outstanding will be minus and closing outstanding will be plus. So that means when you will be recording subscription entry, the effect of this adjustment will be recorded there. What you will do there? Opening subscription, there is 800, you will minus, and closing subscription outstanding, there is 900, you will add. It is a rule. Okay, write it and keep in your copy. Point B, you see what you have here. On 1/1/2012 the club had building 50,000, furniture 20,000, sports equipment 14,000. So they have given the opening balances of certain assets, but in the income and expenditure account no assets will be recorded. But if you have a depreciation, then only the depreciation percentage will be recorded in the income and expenditure account. Okay, because depreciation is a kind of a loss on the value of the assets. So they have asked to charge depreciation how much? 10%, including purchase. Now that means you'll be charging how much depreciation? 10% on these assets. But be careful, they have mentioned something here, including purchase. Including purchase means if you have any asset here, like for example billiard table is a sports equipment and this is sports equipment. So when you will be finding the percentage of sports equipment, you cannot find just on 14,000. You have to add 14,000 plus this 6,000 and then 8,000. After that, on the total amount you have to charge 10%. Same goes for furniture. Furniture here is 20,000 and here you purchased how much? 5,000. So 20 and 5, it will be how much? 25,000. On 25,000 you will be giving depreciation. You will understand it when I will do the sum. Okay, so first point clear, second point clear. Now come to the third point of the adjustment. Here you see stock of stationery at the beginning and at the end of the year was 3,000 and 1,000. Now students, don't make a mistake in understanding this. They have not mentioned here outstanding. Okay, they have just given the opening balance of stock and the closing balance of stock of what? Stationery. So when you will be recording this stationery, the effect of this opening and the closing balances will be recorded here. And don't think that it is same like outstanding what I have shown you earlier. Outstanding is different and this is different. Point number D is linked to donation. That means with this donation, what is given here? Donation for building includes 4,000 general donation. As I told you earlier students, that donation for building will not be coming in your solution because it is for particular purpose. You see, particular fund is given for building. Now here they have mentioned that in this 40,000 there is 4,000 rupees which is meant for what? General donation. So only this general donation amount, this 4,000, will be recorded in the account of income and expenditure when you will be solving this. Clear? So now let us start the solution. I hope you understood the explanation. Now when you all do the solution, you know it better. And please, if you have anything to ask, the comment box is open to you all. You can ask me there. So dear students, here you can see this is a format. Make this format in a copy. Income and expenditure account. It will be like this. Income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st December 2012. Debit and credit, expenditure amount, income amount. So as I told you, in income side we will record the entries from this receipt, and in expenditure side you will record the entry from payment side. And don't forget to include the adjustment. Okay, now let us start the solution. So students, let us first start the sum from the expenditure side. Now if you want to start the sum from the expenditure side, you have to look in the payment side. First of all, you see in the question what is given here: by salary including 1,000 for 2011. Amount is 11,000. I told you earlier in my earlier video also. I am repeating the point once more here. The point is, see, we are doing this solution for the year ending 31st December 2012, means for 2012. Now if you have any amount which is included for the previous year or the next year, I mean to say for 11 or for 13. Okay, if it is included, that has to be subtracted. Okay, previous year or the next year amount will not be included in the solution. So here they have mentioned that 1000 is included. For which year? 11, means previous year, right? So this amount will be subtracted. So that's what I have done here. You see, to salary 11,000 I wrote, less for 2011 1000, and the amount that will be coming in the amount column is 10,000. Okay, now billiard table will not be included because billiard table is an asset. Now come to the next point, that is office expenses. Here also they have mentioned something that 1000 is for which year? 2013, means the next year. So as per the rule, it has to be subtracted. So that's what I have done here. Check out here, to office expenses I wrote the main amount, this 4400, less for 2013 1000. After deducting, how much I got here? 3400. Okay, now next is stationery. So in stationery there was an adjustment, I told you while explaining the question. So stationery is 700 given here. Now what was the adjustment? Now take a look here. The adjustment was the stock of the stationery in the beginning and at the end of the year was 3000 and 1000, means they have given the opening balance of the stationery as well as the closing balance. Now when such kind of opening and closing balance is given, mark my word, I am not talking about outstanding, I am just talking about the opening and closing balance. So what we will do is, the formula which you are going to use here is opening balance. See, I will write here just opening plus purchase minus closing. That is the formula we are going to use here. Okay, so the opening balance for stationery is how much? 3000. Purchase means whatever amount is given here, how much you purchased here? 700. And then the closing balance is how much? 1000. So that's what I wrote here. You see, 3000 was the opening balance, opening plus purchase from here 700, and then minus the closing balance which was given in the question. Okay, so thereby how much I got here? 2700. Clear? Now after stationery, next what you have? By tournament expenses. Yes, right here directly to tournament expenses. Furniture won't come, sports equipment won't come, they are assets. Fixed deposit won't come, it's an asset. Cash and bank also won't come, it's an asset. Now I wrote here depreciation. From where I wrote this depreciation? I told you earlier also, fixed asset will not be recorded here, but if you have a depreciation, that will be recorded here because depreciation is an expenditure. So you can see in the question, I will show you here once more. They mentioned in point number B that the club had a building 50,000, furniture 20,000 and sports equipment 14,000, on which you have to charge depreciation how much? 10%. But they have also mentioned something including purchase, means if anything is purchased here, that also has to be added. So let us talk about the first thing given here, that is building. Building is 50,000. So you have not purchased any building here. Nothing is mentioned regarding building, right? So we will charge depreciation of 10% only on this 50,000. You see what I did here? I wrote here to depreciation on, then building 50,000 into 10%, that is 5,000. Okay. Now next, furniture. The furniture opening balance given here was how much? You see, 20,000. Now look in your question. You see, by furniture purchased. So this amount has to be included. So what I did here, check out. 20,000 was the opening balance which was given here in the adjustment. You see 20,000 plus 5,000, it came from here, furniture purchased. So together it is 28,000. On 28,000, if you are finding 10%, how much you will get? 2,500. Okay. Now the last point here is sports equipment. Sports equipment opening balance is 14,000. I wrote here 14,000, and then you have purchased. You see this one, sports equipment purchase, how much? 6,000. I wrote here 6,000 plus this billiard table, it is also in sports equipment. What is the value given here? 8,000. I wrote here 8,000. If you add up this, you will get 28,000. On 28,000, you will charge 10%, that will be 2,800. So in that way, our expenditure side is over. Okay. Now we will start our receipt side, means the income side. Clear? Okay students, now let us start our income side. Now first of all, to see, this is the question. In receipt side, this cash and bank, these two will not be coming in the solution. Now what do you have here? To subscription. So this subscription will be recorded, okay, in the income expenditure account. See, in income side, I wrote here by subscription, and the amount I wrote here 11,000. Now why I wrote the amount inside? The reason is there is an adjustment for this. The adjustment is here. You see, on 1/1/12 means opening subscription outstanding were how much? 800, and closing subscription outstanding was how much? 900. So while explaining this point, I told you that opening outstanding will be minus and closing outstanding will be plus. That means this 800 will be minus because it is opening, and this 900 will be plus because it is closing. So that's what I have done here. You see, less outstanding in the beginning 800, add outstanding at the end 900. So by solving this, how much you will get here? 11100. Okay, next what you have in the question, life membership fee, it will not be recorded in the solution. Then next what you have, to tournament fund, yes, it will be recorded. I wrote here by tournament fund. Then next what you have, to donation for building. Now see, donation for particular asset, particular fund is not used in the income and expenditure account, but there was an adjustment for this, and the adjustment was, you see, donation for building includes 4000 as general donation. So they are saying that in this particular donation for building, 4000 is an amount which belongs to which donation? General donation, and general donation are recorded in the income and expenditure account. So you see in the solution what I wrote here, by donation, and the amount I wrote here is 4000. Okay, so next what you have, locker rent, what is the amount here? 2000. So I wrote the amount here, by locker rent 2000. Clear? Now next what you have, sale of old sports material. Now be careful here, students. You have sold the goods, no doubt. What is the cost price? What is the cost price of the goods here? 5000. So 5000 was the cost price, but you have sold for how much? 3000. So there is a loss. You cannot say it's an income for you, it's a loss. What is the loss amount? 2000. So since it's a loss, we will not be recording this in the income side. It will find a place in the which side? Expenditure side. You see I wrote here, to loss on sale of sports equipment, 5000 minus 3000, and the amount will be 2000 here. Okay, now let's move ahead in the question. You see, sale of old newspaper, here they have not mentioned anything costing and all, so it will come directly. What is the amount you got by selling? 2000. You see I wrote here, by sale of old newspaper 2000. Then legacy will not be coming in the solution. Next what you have, to entrance fee, there is no adjustment regarding this, so it will come directly. I wrote here, by entrance fee 5000. Now next one is to interest on fixed deposit. See, fixed deposit will not come in the solution, but its interest will be recorded. Now there is a small working hidden adjustment here. Now, what is a hidden adjustment? I will show you. See, as per the question, there was a fixed deposit of how much? 5900 in the beginning of the year as per the date, and the rate of interest was how much? 12%. It means at the end of the year you should have received 12% on this amount. Correct? So now if you find out 12% of this, means 5900 into 12%, you see how much amount you will get here. See, I have written here, interest on FD, means if you are to calculate the actual amount of interest that you should receive on fixed deposit for the year, because it was made on which date? On the opening date. So for the full 1 year you are going to get the interest. So what is the interest amount? You see, 5900 was the amount of fixed deposit, 5900. What is the interest rate here? 12%. So if you calculate 12% of this, how much you're going to get? 708. That means interest on fixed deposit here, it should have been 708, but how much you've received here? Only 354. That means something is left yet to receive, right? So that will be called as accrued. So be careful in this adjustment. You see, by interest on FD, the total amount should have been 708 as per the working, 708, but out of 708, how much you've received here till now? 354, and then the remaining will be written as add accrued. Okay, so you see what you can do here, from 708, if you subtract the amount that you've received, 354, you will get the balance amount. It is 354 only. Subtract and see, you will get this. So that will be written as accrued, means interest on fixed deposit not yet received is how much? 354. I'll repeat this point once more. This is an hidden adjustment. Since there is a percentage given here for fixed deposit, you have to find out the interest on this amount. Okay, given the date, it is 1st January, so for full 1 year you will find out the interest. So after finding the interest, I found out that the interest received should have been 708, but how much you have received here? Only 354. So there is something left to be received, right? There is a due amount. So that is what you have to find out. So I wrote here 708. Now out of 708, how much you have received here? 354. So the balance amount is 354. How I got this amount? Just subtract 708 and 354. You are going to get the accrued amount. Okay. So dear students, all the entries are over now. Okay, so the last entry, to interest on building fund, I told you earlier it will not be recorded in the solution. Now before you close up the account, be careful, you should check out all the adjustments should come at least once in your income and expenditure account. So if I say, for example, this subscription, it came, right? Then depreciation already done here. Okay, then stock of stationery opening closing is given, so we have done here. Then donation of building include 4,000 for general donation, we wrote here. So that means basically all the adjustments are completed. So we can say our sum is over, means income and expenditure is over. Now we'll close up the account. Okay, now if you want to take a screenshot, you can take the screenshot. Done. Now let us close the account. You see, among these two sides, this side is bigger here, so you'll add up all this amount. Okay, then the total amount will be 44400, that means 44,400. At the same total here, 44,400. Now from this, leave out this amount because this is the answer. From 44,400, subtract 708, 5,000, 2,000, 2,000, 4,000, 15,000, 11,100. The balance amount will be 4592. Now if you get the balance this side, it is a surplus, you should write it to surplus. And if you get the balance here, it is called as deficit. So what you will write here? So here you can see I wrote here by deficit, 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 in bracket excess of expenditure over income. So the amount is 4592. I'll repeat once more how I got this. From this total amount, subtract all these amounts, you will get this balance amount. And why it came deficit? Because the balance amount is in this side, which means your expenditure is more and your income is less, so it will be deficit. Okay, and by chance if this side is bigger, the balance amount would have come here, that would have been to surplus. Okay, so in this way the sum is over. Thank you so much.